Welcome to the HR Empowerment Podcast, where we will uncover strategies and new insights from HR professionals who discuss up-to-date regulations, best practices, and the most pressing topics like diversity and equity, leadership, dealing with difficult situations, and much more that affect your bottom line and business. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to episode 4 of 5 in our series of Unleashing Victory Through Precision Coaching. I'm Wendy Sellers, the HR lady, with my co-host, JC. Hey, JC.
Hey there.
Hey there. Hey, we have this amazing guest here, Dr. Lucille Maddalena. And I heard that in her book, there's something about joy in there. Dr. Lucille Maddalena, how about telling us about that?
Well, it was a surprise to me, too. I wrote the book and I sent it to my dear friend, Chip Bell, who has written several books on mentoring. And he sent me a note back and said, this book is filled with joy. I said, joy? This book is on leadership. I don't write on joy. I quoted professionals on the site, product experts. I had people do work. Joy. I said, no. And he said, read the damn book. What was happening is my grandson is 2 years old and he was diagnosed with osteogenesis type 1, which means he's brittle bones, and he kept breaking his bones. And if you've ever seen a 2-year-old in a cast, in a full body cast, it just breaks your heart.
Wow. So
I wrote this book in about 6 weeks because it's all material I've had and developed and been playing with for so many years. So it all just came together. But I didn't sleep. I wrote it at night because I was not sleeping because I was worried about my grandson. And I wrote it during the day, of course, but the nights were the times that it really got deep and really got intense. And that's when I put the most heart into it. And I realized the heart I was putting into it was motivated by him. His ability to deal with this, his ability to find joy in life, his ability to still smile and make everybody laugh in the room. A 2-year-old in a cast still did that, brought us up, made us feel good about what he was going through. And it did. It worked itself into the book. I never intended to put in sections on mindfulness. And some of the sections I put into connectedness, those came because of the feeling, because of the joy of living, the joy of taking on something new, the excitement that a 2-year-old brings to anything. So I wanted to share that because I think we all have that capacity to find that joy. And maybe we don't have to have someone in trouble bring it to us. Maybe we can find it ourselves because we need to have that joy in our lives.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to give away the entire book by any stretch of the imagination, but let me tell you, incorporating joy into professional life enhances leadership and team dynamics, leading to greater productivity and personal fulfillment. And she illustrates that understanding that one's role and strengths within a team, celebrating small victories, and fostering a positive and supportive work environment are crucial, not just for achieving organizational success, but maintaining that joy. If you haven't read the book, this is one you got to check out. Where do we find that book, Doc?
It's on Amazon, where all the books are.
Well, I need to find a signed book, let me tell you, because that's a good one right there.
Right.
Hopefully we find that on Amazon.
For our listeners, I'll definitely make sure that the link is in the podcast description. And then I'm sure she is going to give us some ways to connect on the end of our session here. But I wanted to switch gears here, or keep in the same gear. And I want to talk about insights on the dynamics of successful teams. And if you could talk to us about this based on your coaching experience, like, why do we work? Why do we play? How do teams form? And more importantly, what is the importance of connecting with others, maybe even finding joy? And how can an executive coach help people discover all this?
In one breath?
Not one breath, a couple.
I need the whole book for that. I mean, you asked some really important questions I'd love to get into a deeper discussion on. The best teams, the teams I'm most satisfied working with are the teams that really like each other. They go into work and they chat about things at home life. They feel comfortable with each other, and they don't have to really. They don't have to be best friends. They just have to appreciate and value each other and know the expertise that they're dealing with and call upon that expertise. And I think that's crucial. If you don't connect with people, there's something that happens when people get their first job. They go in and they hide themselves. They won't talk about their personal lives. They'll chat with people, but they'll keep things secret. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's so sad because the sooner you relax and the sooner you open up and the sooner you make those real connections is when it really works. It's when you're united, when you're focused on the same thing, and getting people to relax themselves, to take the risk. Again, it comes back to risk of revealing how they want to succeed, what they want to accomplish, their needs, their values, and opening up and sharing those creates that bond. And trust. It's all about trust, isn't it? Trust, respect, rapport, empathy. All of those issues have to come to the surface. And they can't do it if we're hiding, if we can't admit who we are. That's why I like the topic of trail markers. I use that term because I want people to think about the fact that there's a lot of different routes you can take to get where you want to go. What are the markers that you look for? What do you spy on your way to where you're going that says, this is for me, this is the trail for me, this is the way I want to pursue something? What are those trail markers that you need to keep yourself focused to get to where you have to be to satisfy your own needs, to satisfy your own goals? And that's how we define a trail marker, as something that's part of the course. Because some of those trails you're on are going to lead nowhere. It's going to happen. You can learn. I used to tell my clients, go get lost.
How did they take that?
Well, it took them a while to understand what I was saying. I was saying, you will not get lost. You will let yourself get lost. And there's always going to be a way to get back. But allow yourself the freedom to take the risk, to put yourself in a position where you don't know what's going to happen. Because something's going to happen that's exciting. And you may reveal something about yourself that you need to know. So letting yourself be in a position where you're not the expert is risky for some people.
I was just thinking about how Wendy and I traveled into the darkness separately and how I was lost and she found me there. We've never gone back. We went somewhere else. That was the crazy part, Go
someplace that you're right. You never go back. You never go back. It isn't there. Back isn't there. It's already changed, right? It's evolving. So you're going wherever you're going to go and find that new place.
I have a statement myself that I jokingly say, don't look back. We're not going that direction.
Well, it isn't there anyway, so you might as well go forward.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to episode 4 of our 5-part series on unleashing victory through precision coaching. We always look forward to your feedback on the program. So if you would like any specific topics in the future, just drop me a line, wendy@thehrlady.com. We'll be back for our final episode in a moment.
Thank you for joining the HR Empowerment Podcast, brought to you by Aurora Training Advantage. We hope you've gained new insight and strategies to navigate the HR profession. We look forward to you joining us again on the HR Empowerment Podcast.